He did his job, did what he needed to do.
What is that? Oh, shit, what is that?
You know, inexperienced fighter like Steve Rose. If Triple G wants to fight a real guy, he has to come this way. No, Canelo. Now, I want Canelo next. I want Triple G next.
Great news. Eddie Hearn says he's going to put pressure on Dazn to make a unification between Gennady, and Max, everybody, and Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Will he really do it? Will we really get big drama between the two? We're going to talk about that right now. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Let's jump right in the mix. Smash the like button, hit the bell notification icon. I drop heat like this pretty much daily. Demetrius Andrade, we'll get to his response, but what prompted his response was this post from a boxing reporter, and it says, Eddie Hearn has said he wants Gennady Golovkin versus Demetrius Andrade in 2021 as an IBF WBO middleweight unification. Quote, I'll be saying to Dazn, you have a contract with Andrade, you have a contract with Gennady Golovkin. Let's put these guys together via Sirius XM radio. Right? So that's what he said. And in response, you see Boo Boo Andrade said, big drama show. Yeah, no, guys. Right? So that shows that he's down for it. He's down with the get down. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys smash the like button. Now, what Dazn and Eddie Hearn have currently allowed for in the world of boxing to happen to Demetrius Andrade's career, it's almost criminal. You know, it's good that Eddie Hearn is now saying, hey, we're going to try to put together Andrade versus Gennady Golovkin. But as I've said on my channel for years at this point, LSI, let's see it. What is happening with Andrade is foolish, it is unsatisfactory, and it is just horrendous. To see a guy as talented as Demetrius Andrade get no opportunity, it makes no sense. He's skilled, you know, he's a clean-cut dude, he stays in shape, he's not missing weight for fights, he's a US Olympian. I feel like Tyrese when he did that Cry video, the Cry Reese video. What more do you want from me? Don't take my baby. What more do you want from a fighter? Like, what else do they got to do? He's a talker when he wants to, you know, and at the end of the day, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, and he's getting like Billy Joe Saunders leftovers, like Artur Akov. He's getting guys that already went through and lost to Danny Jacobs and had a tough fight with Rosado, like Maj Suleski, right? He's getting Lucas Keeler, like just fights that don't really do nothing. Then he had a fight with Dusty Harrison, Dusty Rhodes, or whoever. And then at first they said the fight was announced. Then they said the guy was 200 plus pounds, so the fight was going to get canceled. Then they said he had the Rona. It's just been, and then he got taken off the card because his opponent couldn't make it. It's just been chaotic, haphazard, and it's unfair, but life is not fair. Demetrius Andrade got to take a hard stand because he's not getting any younger. In the words of Jagged Edge, we're not getting any younger. We might as well do it, bro. He's not getting any younger. And the thing, my only fear for Demetrius Andrade is this: although he is talented and skilled, if you don't get to sharpen those skills, like he's working out, that's great. You know, working out, that's half the battle, staying in shape. But you don't get to really sharpen your skills because they're not putting you in there with anyone elite. And I don't think it's because of Demetrius Andrade, for the record, but they're not putting you in there with anyone elite. So how do you really sharpen your skills and hone your skills if you're getting the fights that we know you're way too good? See, the thing is, people, this is what they do to African-American fighters primarily in the sport of boxing. Let me break it down. When it's a black fighter like Demetrius Andrade, they'll use his resume against him, knowing damn well that he wants to fight anybody who's relevant with the name and he's called for all these fights from Canelo to Triple G. You just seen when it, in the words of Andrade himself, big drama show in response to the Triple G. He's been calling out Triple G. There's even a point in time where Canelo failed a drug test and Demetrius Andrade offered to sub and fight Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, who said he still wanted to fight on that date. You know, I could pull this up. Demetrius Andrade offers to replace Canelo for Golovkin. That should come up. Boom. Boom. We got action. Look, it don't take much time. So, look, Fight Sports. Andrade offers to replace Canelo Alvarez on May 5th. So Canelo, again, as I just said, failed a drug test. He was out of the picture. You know, he claims it's the meat and all that, but whatever. Look, Andrade, I'm ready to replace Canelo and fight Golovkin on May 5th. Once again, this was about to be 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Actually, a day after my birthday. I'm born March 25th, right? 2018. You guys see it. You know, I'll highlight it because I know some people slow in the back. 2018, and this is what Andrade was about. Andrade, I'm ready to replace Canelo. Says undefeated, so he's still undefeated. Undefeated two-time world champion Demetrius Andrade is ready and available. You see it right there for a showdown with Gennady Golovkin should Canelo not be cleared, right? So he said, Golovkin, what's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in. I got options. Get rid of them toxins. Look, quote, I am ready, willing, and able to step to the plate May 5th to fight Golovkin, stated Andrade. I'm always in the gym. I will start VADA testing right now, and I will pass all the tests. I know the other champions and fighters can't say the same thing. I'm undefeated, two-time world champion, blah, blah, blah. Golovkin went through a period where nobody wanted to fight him. I am that guy now. The man nobody wants to fight. Everybody says, what does Andrade bring to the table besides the best American middleweight? I'm one of the top 3 middleweights in the world. Everyone knows who I am, and they know how good I am. My question is, to those who say I don't bring anything to the table, what did Martin Murray, Adama, oh, he's killing him right there. What does Martin Murray, Adama, etc., Gil, Monroe, and Rosado bring to the table? You see what I'm saying? This is the games they play. They do it with Canelo as well. Like, they'll say, why should Canelo fight Benavidez, Charlo, Andrade? But he out here fighting Rocky Fielding and Yavni Pilgrim or whatever. Come on, bro. So we know Canelo was unable to fight there. So Andrade been about it. But again, back to my initial statement, this is what they do to black fighters. They'll say, oh, look at Andrade's resume. Who's he fought? Who's he beat? But you know why he hasn't fought or beat the people that he needs to, because he's not in the position of A-side, ultimate leverage and all that, and no one's giving him the shot. From Canelo to Golovkin, Billy Joe Saunders failed a drug test and avoided him. You know, this all dates back several years. Y'all got it twisted. I am the king of boxing. I'm the king of boxing talk. Look, here's another Andrade call out where he called out Andrade, Billy Joe. It says, it's me again. Billy Joe Saunders, talk is cheap, sign that ish. Let's fight, and you're gonna get the most pay of your career fighting me. Scare money don't make money, and if I ever go broke, I'll take your money. So 14 weeks ago. So once again, it's cool that Eddie Hearn is publicly declaring this. He's gonna push, but he gotta really push for Andrade to get an opportunity. Again, Andrade, you know, when you're not fighting elite level people for different reasons, like some people aren't fighting elite level people because they don't want to have a blemish on their record and they know these guys are good. I don't think that's the case for Andrade, but yet and still the problem remains when you don't get to test your skills at that elite level, then your skills can kind of wither away because you've not fought the needed people, and your level of adversity hasn't really been there because you're way too good for Artur Akov or whoever this African dude is. Look, try again, Motorsucker. Do you know who you are dealing with? It does smell like ish, doesn't it? Like, bro, you just fighting. They got him fighting whoever. He needs a top level name to push himself to bring the best Andrade out, and not Walter Cotton Dakwa, Michael Blackson cousin and ish. You know what I mean? and this is what they're feeding him. Canelo's fighting Avni Yildirim, but he has all the options in the world. Like David Benavidez calling him out, Caleb Plant said he wants to smoke, etc. So it's good that Eddie Hearn is saying he's going to put pressure on, but he got to really deliver as a promoter. Danny Jacobs has gotten some really good fights. You know, he got a Canelo fight, right, under Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about just with Eddie Hearn. He got Chavez Jr., which at least was a higher profile fight with a good purse attached to it, and Jacobs made some money on the back end because Chavez, we knew, wasn't going to make weight. You know, Andrade is just too good. He's too good to be like shelf work. You know, he should be getting top shelf work, but he's on the shelf. He is shelf work. So it's sad to see the career of Andrade. You know, even Terrence Crawford, he's kind of in the same boat. Crawford is too good, too skilled to not see him face top level competition. Now his Crawford situation a little bit different because he had opportunities to see, look, and they're pictured together. He had opportunities to go where the competition was at. Andrade, you know, I think he actually had some opportunities to go to PBC, which I think he would at least gotten better fights, but it is what it is. The bottom line is Andrade needs a big name. He's ready to fight Golovkin, Canelo, all these guys, like he's been saying. And we got to see it. We got to hold boxing to a standard. We got to hold boxing to a consistent standard. Andrade is far too good to not be getting the upper echelon, you know, or at least an attempt. You know, guys like, no disrespect, but Gabe Rosado got double-digit losses. He'll get a Jacobs fight, a David Lemieux fight when it was relevant. You know, he'll get a Golovkin fight. He'll get these opportunities, Peter Quillen and stuff like that. But Andrade, he's not really getting those same looks. So it's one thing for Eddie Hearn to say he's going to go to bat for his fighter, but he actually got to do it. He got to be Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco. He got to really go to bat for this man because this man's career is being squandered. And, you know, Golovkin's out here fighting Camille Cesaretta. You know, who is that, bro? And Gennady Golovkin is probably one of the biggest hyped up fighters in modern boxing history. Like, he's really fighting a guy with 5 knockouts who, and then people give him credit because the guy was tough. Fighters are trained to be tough and deal with situations like, no disrespect, but if you're a firefighter, you're trained for intense situations. That's what you wanted to be, a firefighter. So that's what you're practicing for, those moments. So, you know, people got to get off, oh, he's showing a lot of heart. Oh, he's tough. This is what he's trained his whole life to be, just like a firefighter. You're trained for 4-alarm fires and, you know, you went through the drills. So I would hope that, you know, you're in your profession for the right reasons, right? I would hope that you're doing things for the right reasons. So I'm not going to overly credit some guy because he keeps getting punched and he keeps getting up. Like, that's cool. It's commendable. It's crazy to see. But Golovkin should definitely be fighting the likes of Andrade. And we know Canelo may or may not want to fight him. So at the end of the day, Golovkin has nowhere to turn. They're talking about Jaime Munguia, but Jaime Munguia was Andrade's mandatory. You know, boxing full of that BS, boxing on that BS. How is Golovkin in talks to possibly get a guy like Munguia's in Triple G? They're talking about that fight, but Munguia was Andrade's mandatory with the WBO, and then the fight was never made. So again, all politics. The man he been boxing his all my life, been grinding all my life. Look, he been grinding all his life. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Somebody gotta get a man an opportunity, bro. This is what fans want to see. Meanwhile, people clamoring for fake fights and clout chasing. You know, it's just crazy. Dazn, they had the opportunity to make a lot of these fights, a lot of them. And Eddie Hearn was even bragging at one point. He says, if Charlo wants to be a star, he has to fight on Dazn. And we have all the best guys at 160 to 168. But at the end of the day, you didn't make a lot of these fights. You said you got the best guys in Charlo, which is cap. You said Charlo needed you to become a star. He didn't go to you, and he still got better fights than Andrade. And y'all still only made Canelo versus Jacobs as a fight. So it's looking suspect, bro. It's looking real suspect. Because Eddie Hearn was bragging that we have all the top talents at 160 to 168, and anybody like Charlo that wants to make a name for themselves needs to come over to Dazn. But you've given Demetrius Andrade 0 opportunities, from Jaime Munguia, rescheduling of Billy Joe Saunders, Gennady Golovkin, Canelo, who was over there, right? Guys like Callum Smith, they gave it to Canelo. Why didn't they give Callum Smith to Andrade? Now, the thing is, Andrade did say he was possibly going up to 168. So if he fights Golovkin, I definitely don't think Golovkin will fight him at 68. You know, that's just my opinion. So maybe he has to make that weight cut again to get the Golovkin fight. But I think he could do it, you know. So we'll see what happens. But it's just becoming a sad story for Andrade. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Use my link, get ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, they offer a ton of original content, docuseries, documentaries, and more. $5.99 a month for ESPN Plus as a standalone app, or get the bundle ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. And keep in mind, Disney Plus, they got a monster schedule that they're going to be unveiling over the next year or two. And popular shows like The Mandalorian back on, new season. They got new shows coming up like Loki and classic Disney films. ESPN Plus got a lot of sports and archive footage, all that good stuff. Use my link. It does help the channel grow in a phenomenal way. I'm one person. I can only do what I could do, and that helps the channel grow and develop new content and, you know, just do housekeeping, maintenance, get new gear, etc. Andrade need a big fight. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.